Right folks, today we're going to look at a piece of software called Microsoft Project. In order to launch a project, you have to type its name somewhere, so I'll type in project in there, and it's seen in the list. If you see it in the list, it's installed. If you don't see it, it's not on the machine you're currently using. So I'll select that there, and Microsoft Project pops up. There's lots of templates that are visible here. What I want to do is make some sort of blank project and start from the beginning. So I'll click on blank project, and this is the main interface. Probably the best thing to do is to go up to File and do Save As, and then decide to save it somewhere. So I'm going to save it, say, in the, where we go, on the desktop, and give it a suitable name, so something that you want to do it. I'll call it Coding Project, because this one's all about a coding project in my example. If you look at the layout, there's lots of tools here, but look at the left-hand side and you see something that looks a little bit like an Excel spreadsheet. We're going to make use of this. And as we make use of the Excel spreadsheet type of information on the left here, this is where all our tasks will appear. And every project has tasks. It's like anything else you do, you have to do things in a certain order to achieve a result. But our project plan is all about creating some sort of code, right? And that'll involve talking to the clients, interviewing them, doing questionnaires, and gathering information about the project itself, what people want done. After that, designing what I want to create, and later on implementing it, which is basically means coding it. Obviously need to test it as well, and maybe at the end create some user documentation, and then finally hand the project over to the client themselves. So over here on the left hand side, it says task mode. I'm going to go in here and select manually scheduled. One says auto schedule. I'm going to manually schedule it. I want to manually type in the different tasks I want to do and schedule them all manually. Then the first thing I'll do is the analysis, and that's a bit where you talk to the client and find out what they're looking for. Durations, how long do you think analysis might take? Obviously, I can put a number in here and it might not be right, but I can always alter it later on. So I'm just going to say that the whole of the duration of the analysis is going to take a month. I'll make an easy 30 days there. So I need to decide when I'm going to start this project. So I'll pick a date in the future. There's no point doing it today. I'll pick, say, the first working day on September. And when I pick the first working day September, it automatically placed in the finishing date based on the 30 days, right? So I have to change 30 days to a different number. This number here would change as well. This date would change as well. So that's the first task done. Next task would be design, where I go ahead and design what I want to create. I'm going to say the design is going to take 15 days, right? After I've done design, I might want to do something else. So let's say I want to do implementation. Imagine that's going to take, say, 30 days to do all the coding. I might want to do the testing as well. Again, I'm going to say 30 days of testing. And then beyond that, produce some documentation. And then beyond that, let me think, we will do maintenance, which is where you hand the stuff over, your application, all the work you've done, and also spend a bit of time with them to make sure it still works. Documentation won't take long. This one takes 10 days, and maintenance takes 20, which makes it nice and easy to see that I did 30. You don't have to do these numbers. These are just examples. Now, if you look over here on the right-hand side, there's all these colourful bars. The first one starts, look there, on the 3rd of September, which matches up with the start date. And if I scroll along, you'll see the end date matches up as well. So you're basically saying the very, very end of October. Was it the end of October? Oh, maybe wrong there. Sorry, it isn't the end. It's 8 and 15, it can't be the end. So that's a bit there, which looks to me to be the 15th as well. So that's that first piece, analysis. If you look at all the rest of them, they all seem to start at the same time, right? And then they all have different ending times, obviously, based on how many days I said. Now, I don't think design should happen before analysis. Analysis happens first. You have to tell this that design happens after analysis. You notice on the analysis row, it says number 1. So this whole task is related to row number 1, and design is row number 2. But where it says predecessor, I can specify which task that this one I'm on relies on being completed first. So analysis must happen before design. So I'm going to type a number 1 in here, and you'll find the bar moves on the right-hand side. It's disappeared, in fact. Where did it go? Scroll to the side, and you'll find it's there. It's attached itself after analysis, because I've said design can only happen after analysis is complete. That's what number 1 means. Implementation also happens after design, so it would make sense to put a 2 here. And the bar for implementation flies over as well, and that shows you where the implementation starts and finishes. So you get a visual idea of what's happening. Now, some people might say you test your code at the end. You do testing all the way through, though. That's the problem. So you can't say testing happens after implementation. Testing should happen as you work through what you're doing. There's no point testing at the end. You don't know if it's going to work or not. You test it as you go. So I'm going to say that testing does not rely on implementation, it relies on design being completed. So therefore I put a 1 in here, and that pushes testing in as well. I'll just push that over a little bit. Oh, move it too far. There you go, it's moved a bit too far there. Oh, look, I've made a mistake. Do you see that? I've put in 1 saying it's analysis. I should have put in 2 marine designs. That was my mistake. I do make lots of mistakes. There we go. So now you see testing's in line with the implementation, and they both start and finish at the same sort of time as well. Documentation happens after testing. Testing's in row number 4, therefore put a 4 in. And then maintenance happens after documentation. Documentation is in row number 5, so put a 5 in. And again, it autofills all of these dates as well. Lots and lots of dates, which is really, really handy. That makes a bit of sense to me anyway. Right, so that's the first step. In the next video, we'll look at adding in some subtasks, i.e. tasks within these main tasks, and we'll look at this concept of milestones as well. So don't forget to watch the next video.